time we're on stage.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Mud Club. We're super excited to be here again tonight. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. We're talking business and babies. Everyone's favorite topic, right, Sailor?
I know.
Everybody's favorite. That's the favorite mud.
It would have been nice if she was here, but then we wouldn't be able to have this podcast. So I think tonight's a good topic because we're new parents and having to completely change everything that we do and who we are. Like, I feel like we did a 180. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like we became whole new people, and also having a business and your lifeline depend on everything that you're doing. Like, we don't have a job to go to. We create our own jobs. And then also having a newborn and a new life, part of our life, everything changed. But I think in a good way.
In a very good way. In a very good way. You know, I had no idea what to expect when I found out as far as what life was gonna be like, moving forward. And at least I thought I did. I didn't really know, but I thought I did. And I don't know, it's been an amazing journey. Definitely started out rocky, for anyone that knows the delivery story, is definitely
that's a podcast in itself.
Yeah, that's its own podcast right there.
How do you think, or I want to know, and I'm sure those watching would like to know, what was your thoughts when you found out we were going to have a baby?
I know my thoughts were just, I was like, we're just a couple of kids about to have some kids. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't change it. It's definitely been, a blessing. It truly has. It's made us get so much better at just, everything. We had to just be more efficient to get stuff done on a daily basis, right? KJ takes a big chunk of that by being able to watch Sailor the majority of the day, and then allows me to pretty much focus on the business and get the business, going pretty great. And it's been doing really well. I feel like the team is on fire right now, and they're absolutely crushing it. And I'm just so appreciative of everybody that has, supported us in our journey and helped us get to where we are. It's been a miracle.
I would say that I feel like there's, I don't know the right word, but I feel like there's a lot of people who think having a baby makes life like you don't have a life anymore. Like, having a baby means, oh, I can't do things anymore. I can't travel. I can't. It's a hindrance in your life. I feel like that's kind of how society paints it. But after becoming a parent and having our daughter, I can't imagine life without her, and she literally brings us so much joy and happiness. I love waking up to her, seeing her smile and learn new things, and like just the little things. I feel like she makes you appreciate the little things in life, and it's cool to see how obviously she looks just like Joseph. Nobody needs to tell me. Every time I post her, I cannot post her without one person saying, oh, she looks just like Joseph. I'm like, yes, I know.
Everywhere we go. I love it. It's awesome.
I know. Y'all can tell me in the comments. I know. So, at first I was like, I had told myself after I have her, like a few months after, I'm just going to get back into work, no problem. And that was like a huge wake up call, I guess, thinking that I could do that. No, I do still a lot of work, but it's like at night. Like, that's why our podcast is so late, because that's the only time we can get Sailor in bed. And so I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm going to work when I have to work. And sometimes I call buyers at this time and they're like, it's kind of late. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is the only time I have to call you. So hopefully you can understand and be cool about it. I won't take a lot of your time. But I feel like we have leveled up so much it has forced us to delegate.
Mhm.
Like there's so many like, oh, poor Joseph, everything is on his plate, and we're really realizing like he had went to a men's retreat and we couldn't even call him. He was not accessible at all. And that's when we realized, wow, we really depend on him. And I'm like, okay, what parts of what you're doing can we delegate? And once Sailor was born, or right before she was born, we realized that we were going to have to replace ourselves because we knew we were going to have to take time off to learn how to be a parent. Like, it's our first time. We don't know what we're doing, right? And I had to recover for quite some time. So we kind of had to level up. And I think had we not had her, it would have never forced us to do that. Do you want to kind of talk?
Yeah, no, I mean, you were just on a roll. I was just letting it flow, but yeah, it made us have to grow. Like we literally had to, just to replace KJ and everything that she was doing and helping out with. We, brought on 6 people. That was how many people we brought on just to replace her job, and we've grown since then, and we've lost people since then, and we've brought in more people, and we're just constantly growing and getting better, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Delegating is the word of 2023. It has been the word of 23 since 22, and I absolutely love it. And ever since we had that mindset of doing that is what brought us to getting to the point where we're at, right? Instead of us being the bottlenecks, it made us grow, and having Sailor forced us to do that. So it's been pretty great. It's been pretty great as far as that goes.
Tanika said, it's a phenomenal feeling being a parent and working. Do you find any challenges?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of it, if you have on top of mind.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I feel that because I'm working a lot, I have to like force myself to take breaks and be able to spend time, with you and Sailor. And I definitely want to, so that's why I take those breaks. But that taking those breaks is nice, but at the same time, I feel like I also lose that momentum that I had in the moment. So it's definitely difficult finding that balance, I guess, is what I'm saying.
I feel like it forces us to be intentional with our time. I can't believe how much time I had before I had her. Like we could just go for a drive just because, like, oh, you want to go get food? Let's go. Now it's like, oh, it's past 8 o'clock. She's in her bed. Only one of us can go if we're gonna go somewhere. And so it's kind of like, what's the word? Letting go of your old self and the old things that we used to do, knowing that like we're probably never going to go to the gym together like we used to, not unless we like drop her off somewhere, but she's not even old enough for that, and I don't really feel comfortable doing that with the way people are nowadays anyway. So just knowing that like, okay, the people that we used to be and the things that we used to do are now in the past, and like we're becoming new people, a new person, and I'm actually like proud of the new people that we're becoming. And she just brings me so much happiness. Like, I know like there's some days where it's just like really hard, but overall, we take her to all the meetups we go to.
Yeah, she's the multi-family baby.
She raises so much capital.
I love it.
Have a baby and you'll get so much attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like people just know me as the lady with the baby. They don't know who I am. And a lot of times people will come up to me just to say hi to the baby and then they leave. I'm like, well, hi.
No, every single time. Yeah, I stop and I'm like, oh yeah, she's the star of the show. I'm like, I'm Joseph, by the way, nice to meet you. And then they say who they are. I'm like, what do you do? Boom, instant conversation. I don't even have to do any more than that, and then they just take it off.
Yeah, I feel like it's
a great
icebreaker, very great icebreaker. Mm-hmm. And I like what Michael said here. He said kids actually give you more patience and empathy, which are essential in building relationships. And I totally agree with that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of times where Sailor will do something or something will happen, and I'm so impressed with the way that I kept calm or the way that I responded to something. And ways that I would normally be upset or mad about things, I'm like, she has no control, or this is the only way that she can talk or respond. And I understand that. So I can relate to what you said, because ever since having her, I notice I'm a lot more patient. And we both used to be servers. I used to hate when people would bring their kids in and then trash the table. And now that we have Sailor, we are those parents. And I totally get it now. I feel like now that I'm on the other side, I understand constantly having to be with a baby and taking care of a child. And I like, before we could be lazy and like just go eat out, or wait a week to go to the grocery store and just eat whatever. But now that Sailor is eating real food, I have to be intentional and make sure that I'm feeding her. I can't just be lazy and not feed my child. So there's new things that I'm having to learn to accommodate to while juggling. Like, laundry probably hasn't been touched for a week. Like, I wash it, but then I wash it and then it sits in the laundry basket, just because like I'm like, okay, I need to clean the house. I need to meal prep for Sailor. Like, that's what I was just doing. I was making her sweet potatoes and washing all the veggies, and it's like, pick your battles. It's like, okay, well, now I need to make content. Like, it's so hard for me to keep up making content on my Instagram, the reels. I try my best, but sometimes technology is frustrating. So it's hard to choose between, like, do I take care of myself? Do I go shower today? Or do I do content? Or do I respond to buyers? Or do I do Sailor's laundry? So it's kind of hard having to juggle those things. And I'm having to come to peace with the fact that my house is never going to be perfect, because I like things to be clean and look nice. And it's hard to know that laundry needs to be done and I'm going to bed and it's not done. So I'm having to learn to let the little things go like that and just live in the moment, which I've learned a lot to do as well.
This is true. I can attest to that. I do agree with that statement. I feel that you used to be, I guess, very anxious about a lot of those things, and I see that you kind of just learn to just relax.
Yeah, I kind of had to. I mean, I already have so much anxiety as it is. So I would say having her has made us more money. I think it's made us closer as a couple as well. I feel like we really don't fight. I mean, we bicker.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
not often, I feel.
I guess that's what you call banter.
No, that's not banter.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, man.
People make fun of us. They're like, y'all act like an old married couple, because we just bicker all the time over
People
dumb
been saying
stuff.
that since day one.
I know, we have fun. We like to pick with each other. I totally lost why I was saying
business and babies.
I know that's the topic, but
just remind me.
Oh, I was saying how like we don't really fight, and it's made us better as a couple. And seeing him become a dad has been really nice.
That's what I was gonna say next. I was like, I've enjoyed seeing you grow as a person and just enjoy being a mom. It's been pretty cool. It's been cool. It's a good experience, and now I understand when you meet someone's parent or something, like, oh, you're gonna love having kids, or you want to understand until you have a kid. Now I understand, right? I get it.
Yeah, I think until you have one, you don't understand. And I was a fool before.
In what way?
Just being naive in the work that it takes to have a child, just like the sacrifices that you make. But I would do it anytime, any day. Oh, and all the people who say I would kill for my child, and those moms who have like serial murderer kids, I understand. I told Joseph, if someone were to do anything to Sailor, like, I guess here is public proof that I would probably go and hurt that person. I have never felt like that before until I had a child, that like I would do anything for her. Like, the thought of anything happening to her, I can't fathom that at all. So now I understand what it's like to be a mama bear and protective.
So basically, what she meant by that is she's cutthroat in business and she really takes charge when it comes to handling negotiations and dealing with brokers
What?
and sellers.
Oh, I got what you do. Oh, that one went over me, but
It's all good.
it's been amazing. I think being married and having kids is a real blessing. This society pushes on to people about, I don't know, they force divorce down your throat and just, you guys know what I mean. It's not pretty out there, and I think a lot of people don't see the beauty in being married. And uh, I don't know.
That's Preacher KJ right there. That's the Preacher KJ coming out. But it is well intended and I agree with it 100%. You just have to have the right values and priorities. And essentially, we just wanted to come on and tell you a little bit about some of our experiences and I guess a little bit of our viewpoint. And if you don't agree, that's okay. No hard feelings. You can go to the next podcast, no problem. But we love everyone. We want good for everyone in the world. There's a lot going on right now, and we just pray that everybody's soul is good. So,
Yeah,
have a kid. It'll grow your business.
it brings you so much joy. It's so cool to have like a little person to hang out with. I mean, she's not to that point yet where like I can talk to her. I mean, I talk to her all day long, but she can't talk back yet. But it's exciting to see her so happy and get so joyful over the little things. Like she sees Joseph's face and she just lights up. She gets so excited, and it like melts your heart. And I'm just like,
little thing where she's like it's really excited. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, it's so cute. And I never thought having a kid would be like this. I didn't know what to expect. So I truly believe that she has brought all the good things in our life. It forces us to be better people. I mean, like she's watching everything that we're doing, and I'm like, wow, time is so precious. Like she's already about to be 9 months. I was like, we cannot waste any time. Everything that we're doing, we need to be meticulous and maximize everything that we're doing, because I don't want to lose time away from her because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And we need to be the best versions of ourselves, because I don't want my problems or insecurities or trauma to then be poured onto her because I'm not facing my problems. So I'm like, wow, I really need to get I'm not going to cuss. I need to get my stuff together. I need to get my stuff together because I really want to be a good example for her. And there's a lot of things that I know I need to work on. And so she just inspires us to be better. And
100%.
Hopefully I'm giving some of you guys baby fever. I'm for having kids. Go make love to your wife. Bring some babies into this world.
Oh, you're funny.
I'm telling you, if you don't have a kid, when you have one, it's the best. I'm always waiting for our friends to have a baby. I'm like, I can't wait for all of you to understand what I mean. It's great. But I think that's all we had to cover. We just wanted to share with you guys how we're doing what we're doing with our baby. We take her everywhere with us.
Everywhere.
She gets on podcasts with us sometimes. We take her to appointments. We take her to meetups. Everybody gets to hold her and say hi to her.
She's been to, I believe, like 9 meetups this year.
Probably more.
She's less than a year old.
Yeah, so don't think that having a kid means your life is over. I honestly feel like it's just the beginning. I feel like she's an excuse to be able to go to the zoo, to go watch Disney movies, to like to be a kid again, living through her, which is really fun. Now I'm not going to be looked at weird, like, why are you at this kid place with no kids? So
KJ's only TV and movie selections and contain documentaries, cartoons, and there's one more. What's the
comedy?
There you go, comedy. Those are the only ones she'll watch. if it's not in those, she's not really interested.
Yeah. So that's all we had. We just wanted to share our journey after having a baby. I guess I can do a podcast talking about how she got here. That was rough.
Yeah, that's an intense one.
It was traumatizing. So now our time between the next child has extended tremendously. So it'll be a while before baby number 2 comes, but that's okay. So don't ask. It's gonna be a while. A lot of people like to ask.
For all those that want to ask, when's the next baby coming?
It's gonna be a while. All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Try to keep it quick and simple. And we're winging it. I don't know what else to talk about next. So you'll see next week what we came up with. I like talking about what we're up to in life. There's a deal that I really want to share with you guys, but I can't share it yet. But when we're able to, it'll be exciting news. It'll be good news to share. I guess that's the same as what I just said, but ignore me. Oh my gosh, this is so awkward.
It's late. She's got mom brain. Forgive her. We're the Muds. We love you guys. Peace out, everyone. Y'all all have a great, fantastic